Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another Astro-Gravitational report and daily wisdom up here. Hopefully, this guidance helps you in your life. It's cooking. Shift is cooking, and what the shift will be in here. And talking about that, today is going to be this interesting shift, and I want to talk about this interesting shift before I give you this outlook for the day. It is about that Venus is going to go to Scorpio. Talking about this Venus going into Scorpio, this is I spoke about this before. I don't think so. I have to make a special video, but if you guys want, I can't. But we're talking about that when a Venus is in Scorpio, she has the lowest point. She's basically in exile in there. But that exile, it is about you to determinate within yourself the wrong understandings about love, the wrong situations that it is. That is also a period of removing the codependency within you. So it's a lot of work that it needs to be done of why I don't receive love? Did you give love in there? Why I don't have this? I should. What happened is with this love that I work on it and so on. This is going to be a very good kind of like a self-realizations process. This is the depth, but looking at with that, this is going to be a very good timing of healing inner child in there. Something that you bury in the past, it was buried into the underworld. We are talking about this love that Venus possesses is going down under and shines its light. But also, this is going to be a good period of removing of also the people who comes to you only to kind of like a robbing that energies of love out of you. You're going to be getting at this positiveness of doing the work that you need to do in order you to protect yourself, which is Scorpio is very protective about this. But you're only probably also going to work in the area of intimacy because that's what Scorpio is. Be mindful about in there because with that shift, that will shift the consciousness within the earth. Generally, I'm talking about in there. Um, Look within yourself where the Scorpio is, and if you know your chart, you can find that there is thousands of programs out there that you can make a free chart. Interpretations is a whole another story. But talking about, look at it, where is the Scorpio is in your chart, and talking about this is going to tell you of what you may facing in yourself. That is in the fourth house. There is something about the love of home. That is it in the third house. That is going to be Scorpio is a third house. That's going to be your close friends, relationships, taking things personally and in there. If that is it, the seventh house, your relationships, business, contracts, and everything that it's there. That is a fifth house. Pay attention to that fifth house. That is your kids. How you're acting and reacting towards your kids in there. Another big one that is going to be the 10th house. That is your professions of what do you do. And that's what this shift is going to be. And during that transitions of Venus to Scorpio is going to be some triggers. There's going to be some situations. But those triggers and those situations, they are going to be coming. And they are here. Always, always remember. The gravity has a two different outcomes. The one that goes in and the one that goes out. Okay? But you have the tendency to turn the things around. The one that goes out, that goes in to see why did that energy went in from within you. Why did that energy is coming in right now within yourself? Why you're dealing with these situations in life or at this present moment in time, you're going to find out similarity within the collective in there. You're going to find that energy because the energy is energy to into the solar system. So with that being said up here, I'm going to bring you the chart and there we go. All right. So look at it of dispositions. That's going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning. Ascendant is going to be at Scorpio. At Sag, I'm sorry, not at Scorpio. Too much of Scorpio, but I was talking about that. Venus is at 29 degrees 25 minutes in the morning. With this, you're gonna receive like the last kind of like a drips and straws of what the love you need to change. But are you going to willing to? Are you going to change it? Is depending of what that Venus and Scorpio is gonna be. As you see it, the midheaven is in Virgo. That is gonna be talking about this square with Mercury. Some of the things you don't want to talk about it, or feel like there is no point things to talk about it. If you feel like there is no point of things to talk about it, look within yourself. Why not? Are you checking out, or you simply that is going to be a waste of time? So always looking inside of you, the both sides of the energies. What if you do, and what if I can't? And where am I supposed to find the balance between I can and I cannot? This is gonna help you with the things that inside of you, that it's working with these energies inside of you of what can you do when you combine them both. So talking about the next hour, we're talking about that midheaven is going to be at mid Libra. The ascendant is going to be with the sun. The sun is rising at that point, and this is going to be help you to taking finally this authority to goes in the right space. If you pay attention in the reports currently, the way it goes with this, you're gonna find out that those energies of that releasing of Mars masculine energies are going out. But since the moon is also moved into Virgo, that is about the things that you are gonna find out your limitations. The moon is gonna be opposing Saturn at that point, and those limitations they are going to be directly connecting also with Mars. Okay, they're going to be connecting with Mars, but you're going to feel like that energy of Saturn releasing Mars right now of this restrictions. It's moving away, like something has been released within. It's time to heal past wounds that prevent you to go forward. And you're gonna find out whatever those might be. Take a look at it, your Virgo sign, what is it falls on. If that is in the 12th house, Virgo, that is about something within your spirit. If that is the first house, it's something from within yourself. Usually this is a connections in there. If it's in the second house, it's about money, material possession. Third house, friends, relationships. Fourth house, home. Fifth house, kids. The sixth house, personal healing of your own self. Seventh house, that is it about your contracts of what you need to do in there. Ninth house, okay, I'm talking about the ninth house right now here. That is about how is your transformations is going on. This is the ninth house, the part of your physical friends and relationship that is between you and the divine in there, because later on when you go to the 10th house, that's going to be your performance. Usually people who have a Virgo in the 10th house, those are the doctors. So with that being said, of these positions at 9 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Sag expressions, but expressions of a visions that you kind of like, I don't see this, I don't get into this, but you need to pay attention. Both Pisces and Sag, a duality. If you see the both realms of the positive and the negative within you, you're going to find the wisdom that you have to go. This is the power of duality. Okay, but if you dwell within the duality, you basically go from the one extreme to the other extreme. Guess what? You cannot make choices. If you cannot make choices, how are you gonna go ahead? No, you can't. You just only stuck on a one positions inside of yourself in life. But right now, since Jupiter and Uranus, they are going within this retrograde mode within material world, it's you to go ahead and learn. Don't act right now. Learn what they're trying to tell you. How you need to learn the proper stuff on earth. How to go ahead and do the certain changes The requirement changes living by the universe way, not by somebody else's way. And this is going to be a big shift. So talking about the next hour, which is at 10 o'clock in there, midheaven, it's going to be at Scorpio, and Venus is approaching that. If you pay attention in the previous hour, which is I'm going to give you back a little bit, that midheaven was connecting with Venus about this transitions, about these transformations inside of you. And this is going to be when I have to do something about this. I don't feel that the right things, the right situations, the luck trough, and so on. I don't have peace with these portions. I don't have energies with about this portion. I don't have that. What I need to change, what I need to transform. So here is talking about this 10 o'clock energy. I mean, there is so much going on. I'm trying to hurry up to give you kind of like pictures of the day, guys. But there is so much information and so many things that goes on at the same time. But talking about throughout this hour, pay attention to this Moon, Mercury, Saturn, Venus situations in there. That is going to be that energy of moving ahead of the things that you need to do. That is it, the intuitions that telling you the right things, that it goes and transform your love, and that it sees the limitations, how you can pass it. There's going to be some messages. I got a very good message. Somebody posted the video a day ago. I'm probably going to post that video on my Facebook in there for the people to watch it, or maybe I can put it down below in the comments for it. Great video about your spirituality, how it's passing the thresholds. There's 7 steps in there. And this is the power of trusting the universe, because the universe brings you these messages to you. The right time, the right moment, the right situations. As long you listen. All right. Talking about the next hour, which is going to be 11 o'clock midheaven, it's going to be at the end of Scorpio. The ascendant is going to be with Pluto. Triggers again this Venus Pluto situations. But Pluto is right now divine energies with the moon. Healing. You can't heal something if you keep sticking your finger into the wounds. You have to let the wounds heal. Healed people heal people. If you go to a healer, you healing yourself, and you do as the healer recommends in there. But if you cannot heal yourself, doesn't matter how many healers you're gonna go through it. Nobody can help you, because you cannot let it go of the pain inside of you. And this is going to be a one big internal transformations where the people have to work on themselves. It may be a trigger at this moment. So we're talking about the next hour. The ascendant is at Aquarius. It's squaring Jupiter. I will kind of like look at it and that is that like a premature rebellion, a premature situations. I can't hold on to this. I can't get into this. I need to move. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make that. And then you're trying to do something, nothing happens. Poof. Why? Premature impatience. And currently the energies is testing your patience so much. And you gotta have a patience, because everything that grows, it grows with patience. So talking about the next hour, the ascendant is going to be point you something within the mystery. Is like you gotta look some mysterious way. You did everything right. You did everything. This is right. This is right. This is right. But the things is not okay. Why? Why is not? There is something is not okay. What is it not okay? Your self limitations inside of you. Have you ever looked at it that maybe you asking for something that you're not fully ready, or you're asking for something that basically you don't need it, or you're asking for something that causes you so much pain because you just want to have it. You don't know what to do once I have it. You don't have precise mental picture about what you're going to do. Because if you have precise mental picture of what you're going to, you're going to do the inner work, this thing to materialize and manifest itself. But you got to do the work. Work. Nobody likes to hear that word, but it is what it is. And that energy of transformations and work in there is going to be pointed out in the next hour. In there, we're talking about the ascendant is going to be opposing Venus during that final transitions within Leo. Pay attention this and the next hour, because in the next hour, the midheaven is going to be right there with Pluto, triggers all that shift within Venus. Venus is going to go below the horizon. Currently, that energy is going to feel like, what is it going on within me? Why am I sad? Why I feel those sad energies? What I got these emotions? What happened with that beauty within the love within me? What is that goes on in there? But also, you're going to look like what causing this. Is I'm attracting at that? Is I'm looking at into this? So there's going to be a lot of mental work in the next pretty much 20 plus days in that position. So, talking about the next hour, as you see at the midheaven right here is with Pluto. That is that squaring with Venus, but that ascendant and Taurus is going to be telling you that because that energies is directly connecting to the North Node. And you're going to feel that energies in there for. And I'm talking about this North Node situations. It's going to be in your 12th house. Look at how big the 12th house is. Since Venus is living at the South Node, energies in there, putting it into Scorpio, you're going to be asking what I need to do. And when you're asking yourself what you need to do, you have to work yourself and you have to work in the material world. And that ascendant that currently comes in there, it is about to tell you, transform yourself, see the clarity of the visions, fix your own situations within yourself, and get to work yourself. You can't expecting all the time from others. You have to work on you. Usually when there is this big house, because look at it, it begins from Pisces, all areas, and pretty much the whole Taurus in there. And that is how the spirit is telling you, like, heal yourself, which is Chiron. So that way you are gonna be getting what you need to do with the North Node. You're gonna grow this powers inside of you. Jupiter, it's telling you what the areas of you need to grow because he's retrograde. And the universe says, do a changes within your spirit. So that way your soul will know the directions of where you're gonna go. To understand the difference between the soul and the spirit is that the spirit, it is the essence of the soul. And that is going to help you within your life. All right, so talking about the next energies that it's coming, midheaven, it's going to be at Aquarius. A lot of help here with this duality to be kind of like a make up your mind. You can't just do in one expressions. You have to learn and relearn things. Get a self-inspired, get a some self-educated, get into positions that you does this. Sometimes you may be also gonna be feeling like you gotta express things. If you have to expressing the things, expressing them. They're yours. Okay? They are yours and they are part of the growth. But remember, sometimes when you're expressing things to others, maybe those are the things that you need to tell yourself, the first and the most. All right, talking about the next hour, the energy is going to be within the emotions. As you see it here, Venus is about 5 minutes away to be in Scorpio. ascendant, it begins at Cancer. That is the leading through Saturn. That is the beginning of this beautiful cooperations between really within the water. It's gonna be a lot of emotions. Maybe you're gonna be like looking at into your emotional levels inside of it, your spiritual emotions, your intimacy emotions, and your family emotions. Those are the three water signs representations in there. And looking at within this, some of you may be going down to that melancholy energy, but also you're going to find the beauty within those emotions. The beauty when you put all this together because you learn the right things, you do the right things, okay? And you don't let things hidden under the rug. And when you do those energies, you see how the positiveness inside of it, talking about this triangle up here, okay? That is one of the powers that you're going to be finding a balance within your emotions. But be mindful about communications because the ascendant is going to be opposing Mercury. Usually, this time, when somebody breaks your balance, you are like, what am I going to need to do? Wisdom. Learn when to talk and when not to. All right. So talking about in the next hour right here, the energy as you see it, it shifts. The ascendant, it's giving a power to Saturn, to Mars and the Sun, and Jupiter is empowering still the Sun and Jupiter at this time. In there, the Moon, it is at pretty much of uh, the third house, but pretty soon she's going to be into the fourth house. That is a talking about 6, 7 o'clock energy. When the moon entering the fourth house, that is going to be the mothering. What are you going to do at home? Um, Please be kind of like advice in the next 30, 40 minutes that during that shift in there, that squaring begins between the moon, the sun, and Mars. That is a one thing that you should be mindful about it because this is going to create the last quarter of the issues of the new moon and Scorpio. You're learning the last portions of the missing pieces of what you have to do in your shadow work. So be mindful about it. It's all lined up with Venus moving into Scorpio. And talking about this, there Venus is going into Scorpio. That's going to be at 7 o'clock in there. And with that shift, if you pay attention, Venus is at home. Okay, at the fourth house in there. Pay attention that the moon is at the third house up here. And we are talking about it's going to be triggered unhealed wounds, something that has not been healed. Ascendant isn't at Cancer opposing Pluto, but Pluto is squaring Venus. We're talking about to understand the difference between love and indulgence. Someone who loves your spirit and someone who just wants to have you so they don't want to be alone. Learn the difference between the romantic and indulgence. Learn between codependence. I need this person, I want this person, he has to, he must to, and so on. And the real love, that is, if somebody loves you, they give you the everything that you need. They give it because they feel it within them. And this is gonna be this kind of like an energy that's gonna be kind of like working itself out in the next 20 plus days. All right, talking about in the next hour, there we're talking about that the ascendant goes into a Leo. It's going to be triggered. What about me? Situations. We talk about this, but it's the wisdom there. Not everything has to be about you. Sometimes you have to be there for others. Beautiful lessons, but also the one of the lessons here is the midheaven that it's with Chiron. That is it about this wounded healer inside. in that wounded healer in there, we're talking about those energies in there, is sometimes you're going to feel like I have to help them, but when I help them, I hurt myself. Sometimes you have to learn that at certain levels, to doesn't matter who they are, when you help certain peoples, you actually don't help them. No, you actually don't help them to mature. All right. So, talking about the next hour, which is 9 o'clock right now, this energies between the sun and the moon is going to be increasing right in there at this moment. That energy between the Pluto and Venus, and specifically midheaven, pay more attention about that. That is going to be rising in the horizon. You're going to find out that energy of Venus, there is something changed. There's something opposing. Your partner all of a sudden opposing you. Your energies inside of you is opposing you. Or inside of you, there is this things that it comes out from within yourself. If you did your inner work, you're going to find out what else you need to do. If you have nothing to do, you're going to pass to the threshold, to that limitations. Here, something you guys to see it, what the power of the astrology is. It is that Venus, Saturn, trine right here. It also gives you a sextile towards midheaven. You did your work. You see to these limitations. You know what those limitations, and those limitations, you talking to them about it. They're going into your intuitions. Your intuition goes to Jupiter. And from Jupiter, that energy is coming down towards Mars. You mature. You did that work. You know how to talk. You know how to handle the pressure. You know how to give a space. You know how to respect personal space to your partner. They just need that space for something that goes within them. And during this Venus at Scorpio, learn to give some space to your partner. We're talking about this at 10 o'clock right now. There is this divine energies. Hopefully you learn them through that Leo seasoned energy, because through that energies, it's going into the visions and it's telling you what you're going to be doing up here. Be mindful, as I said, about these energies, because these energies in the next hour between the moon and the sun, now all of a sudden comes in. And that is when you go to bed at 11 o'clock and put your head on a pillow, it's like, why the things don't work? What did I missing? What is it going on? What is the situations? You start working with this. So that energy is gonna come in, and be mindful, because that energy, as you see it in your screen, it is about you to mature. The growth into the material world, it has to be also involving the soul, the spirit, not just the money. It's not all about the Benjamins at some point. It is about you to be internally joyful, peaceful, happy, and enlightenment. That life is beautiful. That's all I'm leaving here with you guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, you can contact me on the message on your screen. All right, guys. Be love.